Okay, about the Trustinvestment website. After you know about the company, you must know about the overview of the market before you want to invest your money into something, right? So this section for me is one of the most useful section of this website. First, they will give you an overview about the cryptocurrency market, about the surprise surge of the Bitcoin thanks to the strong price growth rate of this year. And in the early July, the Bitcoin increased to 11,000 US dollar for one Bitcoin unit. As you can see on these two charts here about the surge of the Bitcoin. Okay. The Bitcoin increased the price by months. Thanks to the surge of the Bitcoin price, we can see that it attracted the attention of the mainstream investor. And this type of currency right now has gradually stepped out of the darkest of the apprehensions. And by the end of the January of this year, there are many companies developing the cryptocurrency that used for the payments, including many big giants in the market, such as the Bloomberg, the New York Times, and even the Facebook we all know. At the same time, that many internet organizations and financial institutions, such as the JP Morgan and also the Barclays and State Street, many banks that also developing the digital currency. And finally, according to the recent survey by the Fidelity Investments, more than 50% of the US investors believe that the digital assets may play the important role in the portfolio, and half of them invested in the digital currency. And next thing about the market overview, they will give you some information on the Bitcoin mining. According to a website called the blockchain.info, that in April 2013, when each Bitcoin is valued for about $100, all the electricity consumed by the Bitcoin mining machine was up to 1,000 megawatt hours per day, and that is enough for 31,000 US household spends, and gradually increased each year. On November 27, 2017, the global electricity for Bitcoin mining is 30.22 trillion. I believe it is trillion watts hours per year, and it is equivalent to 0.13% of the electricity consumed worldwide. One interesting thing about the chain of Bitcoin is that it is still blooming and leading to the greater consequences. The more powerful Bitcoin grows, the more algorithms used to accumulate the Bitcoin will become more and more difficult, and meaning there will be more power is needed for the processing. And this section will give you some more predictions of the Bitcoins. If the Bitcoins continue to grow at the current stage, the electricity consumption will be equivalent to that of the United States in 2010. and 6 months later, it will probably consume electricity as much as the rest of the world combined, which is quite informative. Okay, so thank you for this section, and we will move on to the solution section.